So Tron Aries just had its run in the box office this weekend, earning $14.3 million in its domestic opening day, which is lower than Morbius. This is relevant because Jared Leto's flop, the Morbius flop, is infamous, and now this has somehow broken a new record of flops. And Jared Leto is kind of getting the brunt of the blame for this.
Let me give you the numbers off the cuff for the opening weekend. So what we're looking at here is that it opened to $33.5 million over 4,000 screens. So it opened to a lot of actual theaters, and that was 45 to 55 million was what it was projected to make domestically. It only made $60 million worldwide on a budget of $180 million, not including the marketing for this film. IMAX made up 67% of those sales, which is why people want IMAX screenings for their films. The worst part about this is like Legacy opened to 44 million. And that was not adjusted for inflation.
In 2010 dollars, that was like $1 billion.
Basically, yeah.
We have another 20 from Brian Bledsoe here. Where is it?
I got it here. Brian Bledsoe says, critical consensus was spot on. Visually beautiful, score was great, but story was lacking. Mostly dismissed Tron Legacy, but set up something for a sequel. But the low opening, we won't see it. Maybe in another 15 years. Yeah. So the thing that I think about when I think about it is what it is. It wants to be Avatar, and it's not Avatar.
They thought this would be a reliable franchise for Disney.
Well, I'm saying like everybody's looking for that gold mine of like a new sci-fi. I think they wanted Ready Player One to possibly be something like that, or even Alita Battle Angel when that came out. And it's very, very hard to create new franchises these days that people actually want to come back to. And like I said, Avatar delivers every time. Say what you want about James Cameron, but for some reason, people just like they get hit with some like brain worm the second they see the trailer and they just get up and walk to the theater.
It's Dubai chocolate, matcha, Labubu, Avatar Way of Water, all the way. And if only the Avatar franchise didn't take like 10 years in between installments.
Oh, yeah, but that's not now, though. Now we're getting one after it was 2022, and now like 3 years is nothing.
Right, so that's this...
that's in December.
This Christmas
It's Christmas time, yeah.
All right.
And then James Cameron's going to make another $1 billion.
Sent you this meme about Jared Leto. It's the second tweet here.
Oh, is it... Here we go. There we go.
It's Tron in time.
All right. Oh, man.
It's Tron in time.
You know what it is? Is like he's never going to recover after Joker. That's
Is that really what's going on here? Because
no,
a lot of people were blaming...
made money. That actually made money. Like, I mean, not a lot of money.
Not because of Jared Leto.
Not because of Jared
Leto. But a lot
Leto,
of people are blaming Jared Leto single-handedly for sinking the Tron franchise. Here were some of the responses. Disney is going to see this and think audiences hate Tron and Nine Inch Nails instead of the obvious conclusion that audiences hate Jared Leto. Another one said, can we finally realize no one wants to see Jared Leto? Other people also blaming his recent Me Too scandal.
I mean, they worked overtime to make sure that didn't come up in any of the first page press results for anything you looked up for Tron.
Very limited screen time in the trailer for his own movie as well. Yeah. Someone said, like, Jared Leto hasn't had a career failure like this in 17 years. Just look it up. What? Jared Leto, 17-year-old.
Like, Morbius was
No,
like...
there was the joke about him being a PDF file. We have another 20 from Pop Culture Junkie. My Disney source says that the marketing spend for Tron was reduced the last 2 weeks and diverted to future release. Internal surveys ended up being an accurate bellwether for the actual box office.
Which means that they were writing it off before it even came about, right? They don't you remember they did that with Snow White? They they reduced the ad spend toward the end because they're like, look, this thing is a freaking lost cause. This is a ship out to sea with no way back.
Yeah.
Best to just, life is for the living, and Tron is not for the living right now.
Aside from Jared Leto facing the blame for this failure, I want to call back to the conversation we were having last week about Tron. And it's something you pointed out. People are not into movies about AI technology.
Nope.
It's just not the big sell that Hollywood seems to think it is. And here's another example of it. This is Mercy.
I saw this and I was
starring Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson, coming to IMAX screens in January. It's obviously an AI thriller where he's getting interrogated. The future of criminal justice is artificial intelligence, and it says time left 90 minutes.
Look,
guilty 97.5%. It's like AI is guessing the probability of your guilt for a certain crime.
They literally did this in Person of Interest.
90 minutes to prove your innocence or face execution.
So, it's like
super freaking intelligent.
Any of this stuff, it's just you're too close to it at this point. You're too close to it.
Yeah.
Minority Report, when it came out, what was that, 2000? Somebody let me know in the chat when Minority Report came out, like 2011. Any of these movies, like this type of stuff just doesn't, you know what I want to see them try and make again? Do you remember that movie? I never read the comic, but R.I.P.D. with like Ryan Reynolds. There's a whole bunch of I would rather see them try to do RoboCop again and fail than any of these artificial intelligence projects that they're doing. Like at that point, I would rather watch, because at least then it's comical.
Well,
this is just sad.
There's a new movie actually getting directed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which was mistakenly reported as an AI movie package. What they meant by it is that it's a movie about AI. It's not an AI generated movie.
And his agent is like, no. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's about AI.
Deadline reported that this Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie is going to Netflix, and it's going to be starring Rachel McAdams. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, in promotion of this movie, I guess, is sounding the alarms about the lack of guardrails on the Meta AI technology.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a video of him calling out Mark Zuckerberg's vision for Meta AI.
Hey everyone.
Hey, Mark Zuckerberg.
I want to talk about our new effort, Meta Superintelligence Labs.
Superintelligence. It means an AI that's not only as smart as humans, it's supposedly even smarter. The guy who coined the term superintelligence thought it would probably lead to the extinction of the human race. Mark Zuckerberg thinks it will lead to lots and lots of money.
All of this would ring more true for them if they didn't need rich people to fund all of their movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard for me to buy your hatred of rich people when it requires rich people to make your movies. That's all I'm saying.
Meta, we believe in putting the power of superintelligence in people's hands to direct it towards what they value in their own lives.
Okay, it is true, however, though, that this stuff definitely hit better in like the early 2000s before people were like, the thing is, like, I'm actually for the most part agreeing with what Joseph Gordon-Levitt is saying, which is like back in like 2005 when Google's like, you'll have the internet at your fingertips, and you can check your email and your phone, and you can connect with anybody across the world. It doesn't matter if do you feel different than everybody else. You can talk to somebody else in the world
who wants to fuck toasters,
who wants to have sex with toasters, just like you. And the thing is, in 2005, that seemed really, really cool. Now, it doesn't seem cool. And all of the bloom is off the rose on all of this. But until these people separate themselves from the rich people who fund all their movies, again, Netflix is a gazillion-dollar company that makes all sorts of movies. Or if you want to go over to Warner Brothers and make your extremely expensive movies with CNN, in the background for HBO Max, or if you want to go to Disney and do the same thing with, their networks with ABC, it's all conglomerates. I just did a video earlier today about Paramount Skydance putting in a lowball offer to try and buy Warner Brothers from them. They want to consolidate even further. And David Ellison, the guy who just took over as CEO of Warner Brothers Skydance, he's the son of Larry Ellison, like the second richest person in the world. His dad created Oracle. He's like, the future of entertainment is consolidation. So basically, I was like, Mary will love this. It'll all go under one banner, one streaming service to rule them all. But
And only in theory.
Yes,
not
only in
reality.
theory. Only in I think I said that. I said only in theory. But the point is that you want your movies to be made, you're going to have to go to the rich people. And what are the rich people going to be doing while they do that? They're going to be using LLMs, and they're going to be using AI to try and put you out of a job eventually. So you're going to have to start a grassroots campaign on your own if you want any of this to ring true.
We got a big fat super chat from Not That John Stewart. Thank you. I saw Aries last night. The only thing I liked was the visuals, and I like Nine Inch Nails, but whereas Daft Punk had more distinct song themes for each scene, and Aries is the same warbled song, just loud or quiet, as the scene tension required. The plot is stupid. That's what most people said. The actual story sucks. The visuals were on point, and I guess it depends on what you prioritize. Do you like looking at pretty lights, or do you like engaging with the story?
Yeah.
That is what will determine whether you give it a fresh or
Look,
rotten score.
I'm literally the person who's like half the time I'm like, bro, I don't even remember the story. Like, I love all sorts of movies. I don't always remember the story. That works for me sometimes.
Well, anyway, you're right. This is I agree in principle with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's point, but I'm bored and I don't want to watch Hollywood movies about AI. I'm not interested, and I think that's where most people are at.
No, I think if anything, what they should be doing is they should be looking into making movies as far away from science fiction as possible. Make movies about what it means to be like unbelievably human.
I think that's why I didn't see it, but I think that's why a lot of people liked what was that Ari Aster movie about the pandemic?
The one with
The hell was
Pedro
the name of that
Pascal.
movie? Yeah.
Somebody in the chat.
Only in
remember.
spite of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
But that
Eddington.
Eddington, yeah. People really liked that movie.
Yeah.
They thought that that was a very honest portrayal of how community got torn apart and divided against itself with something that we really experienced. And like
I mean, I don't like
really
COVID
like
stories,
incorporating COVID into a movie storyline, but it's more interesting than like, you know, Jared Leto being an AI super soldier and like, we don't know how to control this technology. Like, it's
They
just
could
like,
also, like, if they really wanted to, all they have to do is, and let me rephrase this. They could if they didn't have ideological barricades, but just go back to making romantic comedies to get everyone's mind off things. But they can't do that because gender issues in Hollywood are so advanced that they're not allowed to make those movies, and the streaming model has kind of stripped them of their luster, and they're not really going to be releasing in theaters unless you get something like, you know, whatever was with Sydney Sweeney and
Anyone
Glenn
But
Powell,
You.
Anyone But You, or the other option you have is Colleen Hoover. And before long, you're going to get Morning Glory Milking Farm, the live action movie.
please no. Please no.
It's gonna happen.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.